Well, before we head out, let's take a look at some of the safety gear.
Well, you know, right here in this equipment box, we have all the required safety equipment and more. In a 16-foot boat, you need to carry visual distress signals if you are boating in coastal waters or the Great Lakes. If your boat is less than 16 foot and you're boating in coastal waters or the Great Lakes, you need only night visual distress signals when operating from sunset to sunrise. Even if you're boating on inland waters, carry them anyway. They are just as effective on a small lake or river as the Gulf of Mexico. If this boat had an enclosed fuel tank, I would need a U.S. Coast Guard approved Marine Type B1 fire extinguisher. You also need one if the boat has an inboard engine or if there is closed storage that contains flammable materials. If the engine was located in a closed compartment, like an inboard or an inboard-outboard, it must be equipped with a blower for ventilation. You'll also require a sound signaling device like an air horn. Keep a whistle on each of your life jackets. If you need help, you'll be heard clearer than if you were yelling. Also have a throwable device such as a cushion or a ring. If you're boating between sunset and sunrise, you're going to need navigation lights that meet the regulations. Although you don't need them during the day, many fishermen tend to head out before the sun comes up and don't get back until late, so these are legally required. Besides, they expand your fishing time. You need some paperwork, a fishing license, vessel registration for the boat, along with proof of insurance. Keep them all together in a watertight sleeve. Also, the registration numbers for the boat need to be permanently attached to each side of the forward half of the boat in plain vertical block style, not less than 3 inches high, and a color contrasting to the color of the hull. Although it's not a requirement, I like to carry an anchor with plenty of line in the event that I have a breakdown and need to wait for help. Breakdowns seldom occur, but an anchor in a small recreational fishing boat like this can also be used to hold the boat in place while you fish. A paddle and a bailing pump are also a good idea. And I also always carry a waterproof VHF marine radio. It's useful to call for help or to get weather reports. Now, my kit bag also includes a first aid kit, some high-energy snacks, water, and sunscreen. All the items to keep you going strong when you're out for a day on the water. Okay, Judy. I always let someone responsible know where I'm going and when I'm going to get back, and include a brief description of my boat. Boaters call it a float plan, but whatever you call it, it is important in case someone has to come looking for you. And equally important is to let that responsible person know when I've returned safely, because if they don't hear from me before our agreed time, they have the duty to call out the authorities.